Hey, it's MK, and I am here with a Christie's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches layout for you guys today. And today's sketch is by Ginger Bush. I was so excited to see this sketch. And I'm also playing along with Mixed Media Mayhem. And our recipe today is stencils, watercolor, and ink. And I cheated on the watercolor because I brought in some gears that are already watercolored. So I do apologize about that part. I'm sharing here some Vicky Bouton frames and things that I picked up. I was looking for a collection, but I don't remember. Here are the gears that I pre-watercolored. I do apologize about cheating. Here are some photos of mine and my husband's new adventure that we are on. I also found this Minte Chippy truck that semi looks like, no pun intended, but it semi looks like what our service truck looks like, except that it has a tractor trailer instead of a service body. I also have this diamond stencil, diamond plated stencil from Scrapping Reflections. And then this gear stencil came from Creative. Oh, I apologize. Redefined Creative is where that stencil came from. And then I've got 2 sheets of white cardstock. I also have blueprints, paper number B from Paper Rose, that I thought was a pretty cool collection. And then I found myself not using it. So I'm going to try to use the black portion today. And then from 49 and Market Rust and Revs, I have this gorgeous wood grain. So on the other side, it is the other half of a 2-page layout. And but it is called Expedition from Rust and Revs. In case there's individual papers still left of this, I found 2 in my stash, so I didn't know that I had extra papers, but happy that I found them. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and make my own background, and I'm going to use this giant gear. And the cool part about this stencil is not only do I have the negative, but I have the positive as well. And so with the positive, I'm going to make an outline of a gear, which is going to give me the effect that the gear is on my layout, and then this gray is going to look like a shadow. Now, I do end up confusing myself a little bit, and I mistakenly overlap this gear here. At first, I wasn't going to, and then I realized, oh, I need to, and so I did, and then it ruined the whole effect. So I am going to figure out a way to cover it up that isn't part of Ginger's sketch, but that is my fault. I should not have overlapped them. And then the other one I don't need to worry about because it doesn't even touch it. Now, if I wasn't covering up so much of this gear, I probably would have done the inner bit of this gear. But I was going to cover them up, so I wasn't too worried about doing the inner bits. So now I'm going to take this amazing diamond plated stencil. I love this stencil, Sandy, by the way. It's one of my faves. I don't use it a whole lot on camera, but I do use it quite a bit. And I'm going to fill in the gaps around my gears. Now, I could have put the gear stencil back in place, so that way when I go to do these gears, I could have done a better job at avoiding the gears or making them look like they went behind. But in all honesty, in my brain, I thought, oh, I'm going to be covering all this stuff up. It's not even going to be noticeable. It'll be fine the way that it is, and how I ended up, fluffing it the whole way around. And yeah, in the end, I don't even notice it. I love the background that I have going on. I wanted to redefine my gears one more time, so I'm going to go ahead and put a sketchy line around my gears, and I actually do it 2 or 3 times, so I make it nice and dark. I had a thicker pen. It was actually my journaling pen that's getting ready to not be so vibrant. It's drying out, you guys. These pens here, I think Janet calls these Muji pens. These are fabulous. I have not yet had one of these dry out on me. And this black one, I actually ended up with a spare somehow. So I have 2 of these black ones, and then I have a blue one that I absolutely love as well. But the other journaling pen that I was going to use, which would have only needed 1 application, just felt like it was getting dried out. And so I didn't want to risk being halfway through the project and then I don't have a pen to continue around the project. Does that make sense? So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and just draw around all of these gears. I absolutely love this effect because now it looks like I have a tangible item that is laying on my paper, and I gave it a shadow. And then of course it's almost like it's on a desk that has a red diamond plate on it. So I really do like how it looks. I'm ignoring the fact that I overlapped my gears. And like I said, I will figure out a way to cover that up, but it just won't look exactly like Ginger's sketch because of my mistake. I have to improvise and adapt. And basically what that means is I'm taking everything that she had on the left portion of her left page of her double sketch, and I am taking it and shifting everything into the middle of the page instead of having everything on the outside of the page, which means that I had to do a little bit of shifting on the right page as well to make it look like it's balanced out. So in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and color in this truck, but I have to cut out all of the little itty bitty points that fall behind the little notches or whatever they're called that show up when you take a chippy out of its carrier sheet, right? It's always got little nubbies that hang around when you take them out. You can use an X-Acto knife, but this chipboard is so thin and flexible that in thinner areas, the X-Acto knife just pulls it with it. It doesn't actually cut through it. So I just twist them off, kind of like the little plastic pieces that you get when you do a model of some sort. I just twist them off and then I cut them off later when I'm ready to play with them. So I'm going to go ahead and trim my photos down, and I'm leaving this little white border because that is currently my favorite thing to do as of late. And then I'm going to mat them on the black blueprint paper that is from Paper Rose. It's not going to look like blueprint paper, but I like the effect that it has with the black and then a little bit of white that you can see behind it and whatnot. And then I'm going to go and so I'm going to figure out how I'm going to get the best out of all of this paper. Slowly. I'm also going to go through my Vicki Boutin little packet here. Now this packet is new to me. I don't know if it came out with her Christmas collection. I don't know if it came out with her Flower Emporium collection. I truly don't know. And I didn't look at the packaging clear enough, or I didn't pay attention to see if it was by 49 and Market. I'm assuming it is because it is this year's. Yes, it did say 49 and Market right up at the top. I just didn't pay attention. But like I said, I don't remember where this came from. I don't know if it's her brand new Christmas collection that just came out, or if it's been out for a while and it's from Flower Emporium. But I liked how versatile it was. There was a little bit of red and a little bit of green in it. It wasn't as colorful as Flower Emporium was. So that's why I'm kind of leaning a little bit towards her Christmas collection. But in all honesty, nothing about this says Christmas. And so that's why I just jumped on that bandwagon and thought, perfect, I'm going to go for this one because of the fact that I could use it for anything. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and I cut down 4 inches and then ended up with 3 photos off of that 4-inch strip. And then I'm going to cut down the next strip at 6 inches and get 3 photos as well. I could have cut down at 4 inches, to be honest, and still got 3 photos because they're all symmetrical with the 4 and the 3. But I wasn't thinking all that well, and I still ended up with a 4x6 piece of scrap and then a 2x12 piece of scrap. So I will be adding those to my scrap pile. And then I'm just going to cut out the little segments of this wood paper. I feel like this is exactly what I did on my last layout I made with this exact paper. I feel like this is exactly what I did as well, is I cut out the paper and then used them as paneling instead of a full-blown background. So I'm not really sure. I'll have to go back and actually look. I'll probably end up in my videos and looking, because that's way easier than trying to figure out what page I did with these papers. But I know that we used this collection, the Rest and Revs collection, during a kit conspiracy. And I did not have a whole lot left over. That's why I was very shocked when I found this page, and was super excited too, because I really like this wood grain. It looks like it's realistic, but it also looks cartoony at the same time. And then, of course, all the different colors with the gray, the dark brown, and the khaki. So I really like that. All right, so because I had to cover up my oopsie, I just went ahead and put the largest paneling right in the middle of my layout, or halfway on the left-hand side. And then, like I said, I had to fudge the pictures a little bit, and then that means I had to fudge the pictures over on the right hand page too, just to get it to balance out. And so what I thought about doing is that I'm going to use the large gear over on the right as my title piece, and then the other gears can just hold my pictures like they're going around my pictures. And these are pictures of a new adventure that my husband and I are taking. We have both officially left working for the man, in a sense. And so now I own my own business, and he owns his own business, and his is a service repair shop. And he has this truck that he just bought. The first picture over on the upper left is the truck that we went to go look at, which is the truck we ended up buying, with the old logo on it. And then he spent a weekend taking all the stickers and things off of it. And I designed his logo. And everybody, I love how everybody talks about how it looks just like my husband. I absolutely love that. It makes me smile so very much, because that was the whole point, was the fact that it's supposed to look like him. And it's really awesome. And he's like that. He says, well, if I ever get anybody else to work for me, then I want you to change the skull to look like them too. And I was like, I think I can do that. I really do. So I'm super excited. So we went and we ordered hats, and I made him a couple work shirts. So that is the other photos. And then, of course, I had to put it on a coaster for myself. So I had a little coaster. And then the last picture over on the right, the upper right, is the truck with its new stickers. Or they call them badges. And he's in the back of the bed, lifting things in and out of it. And then the bottom photo on the left is us bringing the truck home after we bought it. So that was super fun as well. And of course, I'm just going to title it Our Next Chapter, because it's the next chapter of our lives. That he's been talking about doing this for a very long time. It has been on his brain for at least 3 years, and we did not realize how easy it was to purchase a $500,000 vehicle. You walk into a store and you try to buy a truck that's, $30,000-$40,000, and you can't do it. But walking in and asking for a $500,000 vehicle, I'm kidding. It's not really $500,000, but I like to tease him that it is. But yeah, it was so much easier. And it was just a dream that we never knew we were going to get. And everybody is making it so easy. He's already got so much work. It's coming out of his ears, and it's just fun. It's awesome, you guys. I can't tell you how much I am so proud of him to finally get up and do his own thing. And it's just fabulous. In fact, today we went to the gas station to go fill up the truck and service it a little bit, what we do at the gas station. And he just got compliments after compliments about what a great looking truck it is. It really stands out with the red and the fenders, and it's his favorite color. So he's just all ear to ear smiles all over it. All right. So the last thing that I found for my layout was these uber old brads. And I just went ahead and I emptied out the jar and put all of them on my page, but I took out the prongs. So I just turned them into more like buttons, and I think they fill up the page beautifully. I just feel like they really finish this page off. I love how this page looks, and I just love the story behind it. It's so thrilling to know that you've dreamed about it and now it's coming true, and here it is, and I just can't wait. All right, you guys. Well, I can wait because I did, and it's here. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I really, really, truly appreciate it. Don't forget to check out all the links that I have down below for Mixed Media Mayhem, as well as for the Christy's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches. Ginger, thank you so very much for such an amazing sketch. I had fun with this sketch, even though I had to alter it just a little bit because of a whoopsie mistake. I definitely could have flipped the pages over and started over again, but you know. All right, you guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Again, I appreciate when you guys come and check out what I'm doing for the day, for the week, or whenever you catch one of my videos. Again, thank you, and I will check you guys all later. Bye.